Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food and a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Looking for a real New York slice? Check out Peter's Pizzeria, your neighborhood pizza shop. With 2 locations, 1166 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach and 897 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca Raton. Slices, whole pies, specialty pizzas, heroes, rice balls, salads, pastas, and Mama's homemade desserts. It's New York flavor, Florida made. Originally from Long Island, Peter brings passion and pride to his pizzas. No matter where you're from, you'll feel right at home. Open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner with delivery and takeout. Place your order today at mypeters.com.
Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Gulfstream Park.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo, and Luby, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome bay with shafafa on the side.
Still don't hear myself. Now I hear myself. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox.
Didn't we already do this?
We started. We're living in Groundhog Day. I hope everybody's still with us. I think we finally fixed the technical issues, so thank you for staying with us. If anybody's out there and can hear us,
Wait a minute. Did
text
Louis
me.
really call from Cancun?
He probably did.
Professor, oh, he did?
He was
Okay.
jumping off a cliff, and no, I don't know.
Stuff happens.
Ken,
Ken, stuff.
yeah,
I mean,
you
it
know
just
what?
happens.
It's the internet. We just keep rolling with the punches. I got to sing the praises again. National Pizza Day. My story got totally muted. We were talking about the good old days.
No,
in Brooklyn.
you were brilliant at the beginning.
Back
This
when-
was your best segment ever.
It was food.
Honestly, 4 years doing this, I never heard you better. And then it just got evaporated into thin air. It's unfortunate.
It didn't even make it into the air. It just
No.
made it into my microphone. But that's okay. It is not anybody's fault except Luby's, and we're always going to blame Luby. And if he doesn't like that, that's
Blame it on
okay.
the dead guy.
That's it.
That's the way. The guy that checked out, boom, blame it on
That's
him.
it. Now the sound is good. I'm being told by our great
Yes.
audience who is
Once
sticking
again,
with us.
According to Luby, a mute button just randomly goes off for
You know
no
he set
apparent
that.
reason.
He set that.
I know. I
button
totally
for
believe he's got this
1:01
computer.
PM.
Like, I think he's remote operating it from his Shirley's computer in Cancun and just pressing mute buttons to mess with me.
I mean, if you, I asked Louis this, you're in Cancun, you're looking for great Mexican food. People, I mean, the word authentic comes into play here, mailman. You dealing with this all the time, and you're super sensitive to the word authentic. Do you get authentic Mexican food in Cancun at some resort? I
Probably
mean,
not.
what kind of stuff do you get there?
You get authentic tourist food. That's
What do you
usually
think?
the
I
case.
mean, do you have to go off the beaten path there to get like something real, like a machaca burrito?
I imagine that if you venture off the property and you go in the streets, and
But then
there
you're
should be
taking
some.
your life in your own hands.
I don't know. Is that playing
No?
into a stereotype? I've never been to Cancun.
Oh
And-
no! Didn't you watch that?
You usually don't want to
the
go off the
HBO
property, right?
Bitcoin documentary?
No.
HBO did a big documentary a couple of years ago. A bunch of people who were going to reshape the economy with Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. Just a bunch of people bought Bitcoin. And they all moved to Cancun. That was going to be their new home base.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, outside of the resorts, it's now cartel territory. And the way the show ended was a couple of them got shot by cartel
It's the
guys.
same way in Jamaica.
And they were like,
That's bad for business.
they were like, oh, it was a political assassination, blah, blah, blah. But the punchline was one of them was selling coke in cartel territory
Right.
at the hotel. And
that's called strictly business. So
no, I mean, you know,
They
we're
don't look
from
upon that
Miami.
favorably. They're
Yeah,
the cartel
we're from
people.
Miami.
Yeah,
Turf
yeah.
coke shootings is not unfamiliar.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Hey, should we go back to the pizza talk? Because
That
now
was good.
nobody heard
No,
it.
I don't remember all of it,
So-
but we were asking you about Brooklyn pizza because we're reading this pizza here that was available, a flatbread here at Ten Palms, and it was very good. Now
It's almost gone, which is very impressive.
that's
'cause
pretty amazing.
Usually you don't even dabble in the pizza, but this was a very
Defo's
nicely,
not a margarita guy.
This
I
was
took
a
a
nice,
slice. I took a slice.
nicely done. They call it a flatbread here, but it's basically a cheese pizza with some fresh tomatoes and some basil kind of a vinaigrette on top.
And this was
Very
in
good.
conjunction with what? National Pizza
National
Month.
Cheese Pizza
Pizza
Day
Day.
today,
Day.
Friday, September 5th.
Okay.
And that is going to tie into our contest. And then we were reminiscing about the good old days in Brooklyn about
You
he-
came up with some good stuff, man.
he
I
asked
gotta
me
say, I have to
where
say.
in the past did I get what was my favorite pizza joints and pizza slices, because where I grew up everything
came
was
up
by
with
the slice.
Sicilian.
But randomly, his Sicilian was his
The
the
Sicilian
specialty
was
of his favorite place.
You got me hungry for a Sicilian
So
slice.
now hopefully everybody out there could hear about the good old days.
I don't
our-
think at my age I can eat Sicilian. I think after like one slice, I'm ready
it's
for
pretty.
a nap.
It's
It's
pretty
a little
filling.
bit-
All the
yeah,
bready,
It's
very filling.
puffy. If it's done well, it's airy and it's not actually that dense.
Again, I'm not criticizing the style. People like what they
Yeah.
like. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I could. Maybe two slices of Sicilian.
We had one recently.
No, two is like
No, two is a lot.
way over
You
the
gotta have a
top.
nap.
In my new Ozempic days, I could barely get one slice of Sicilian.
But
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you're like Jose Canseco. You're on some drugs here, so
Yeah.
we can't really count that.
Yeah,
Wait, so let me, before going into the past, let me ask, and we just went to Death by Pizza in Delray Beach, West Delray,
People love that.
where
place.
they do Detroit style, but Detroit style
Not
is
really
basically
a style.
Sicilian pizza, and they
it's
do
basically a fake marketing scheme.
no, okay, let's not. I disagree, but what's your pizza expect? Where did you grow up, and what was your
I'm basically Florida.
pizza? And was there any good pizza down here growing up
I mean,
that you liked?
My younger days, I was a big fan of Tommaso's in
Mhm.
Boca Raton, which
Still there?
for me has the sentimental factor because it was where we went after football and baseball games if the team won, blah blah blah. But was also a pretty good pizza. Then,
Very cheesy slice. It's a little bit on the heavier side, but it's good. It's
and
good
then
pizza.
another Boca place, the Boca Pizza Bar, was a friend of mine. Which was right around the corner from the courthouse next to a head shop. So every time I pulled in, people thought I was going to the head shop.
Right.
Well, you were after the pizza.
After the
slice.
pizza, yeah.
Right.
But was excellent. But that closed, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, right before COVID. And now I got to say,
Did you ever?
Ruby recently turned me on to the Peters,
Oh,
our
Peter's
sponsor.
Peter's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
And
love
I was
Peter.
very impressed with their slices.
Yeah,
I-
no,
I
they have
really
good-
dug it.
A good variety. You go in there, you could get anything you want.
Peter's
They-
a serious cat, man, isn't
Yeah.
he? I mean, he's
Yeah.
great.
I
Oh, no,
haven't
he-
had a whole pie from them, but the slices I thought were really good. And
Yeah.
then a former sponsor, I do
Pizza
like.
spot.
I still do love Costa's.
Oh,
I still do like Costa's pizza. Not gonna lie, he's gotten pretty pricey.
yeah, his pizza is very. He does like a spinach feta pie. That's like, I think it's like up to, was it 36 when we were with the show, and it
But
might be
just
up
my
to 42.
baseline pie, which is sausage and onions,
Yeah.
is $32.99. So I like again, a lot of pizza places have gotten pricey.
But even the
So I don't want to
chains.
single them out.
I
but
opened, I had a poker night the other night, and we ordered Jets Pizza. We ordered 2 of the larger 8-corner. That's also the Detroit
style,
Sicilian
yes.
style. With 2 toppings on each of the 8-piece ones, and then 1 4-corner with. I can't believe this. Danny Surfer, a guy who's one of our sponsors, Blue Collar, great restaurant. He likes pineapple pizza with ham, and I was like, Danny, I can't place this order. He goes,
You
"Please,
know what?
surfers,
You
man.
can't be judgmental.
Can't
man.
trust them.
No,
Yeah, you
I
can't
did
be
it.
judgmental.
I actually took a slice and a bite.
I would rather have that than one with
And-
anchovies, and a lot of people like anchovies.
And if you're really stoned and starving, there's no alternative. Maybe you can have a pineapple and ham pizza. I said that would be enhanced by jalapenos on it, because if you get a little spice with the
Oh.
sweetness. But he just said it was a function of him having come up through the ranks and working at one of the Mango Gang, Alan Susser at Chef Allen's, where they put fruit on all the fish and
Chef
all that
Allen's,
stuff.
good
So
mention.
yeah, so
We're
that-
hit
happened
on
to that guy?
fish,
Is he
not so
still
much
around?
on pizza.
Alan is still around. He's actually involved with this Sunnis Steakhouse Supper Club up in Fort Lauderdale now.
You remember Meg Green, who used to be
Of
on the
course.
radio on WYOD?
Yeah.
She loves Chef Allen. She used to take me there all the time, and very, very good spot. You know what's weird about Sicilian pizza? And my friend Frank Miramonti, the race caller at Saratoga, and of course Santa Anita, that's all he eats is pizza.
Mhm.
Right? He's a pizza connoisseur. And he thought the Sicilian pizza at, and I don't know if you've been there, Professor, you probably have. Late night, they were open at like 4 a.m. Downtown Pizza. I think it's
Many times.
I think it's off Oakland Park, and
Cypress.
and 95, right there.
He likes it.
Great,
Honestly,
Sicilian pizza.
At one
yeah.
point, it was like
Sicilian, I've never. Go
at
ahead.
one point it was like the best 3 a.m. pizza in Broward County.
Unbelievable. Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Might have been the only-
limited
I don't know how they're doing
competition,
now, but I mean,
I think actually the first time I had Defo and I had gone to a fight in Hialeah, and it had taken us like an hour and a half to get out of traffic. So by the time we got back to Cypress Creek Boulevard, it was like 2:00 in the morning.
Mm.
I was like, hey, for 2 a.m., this is
Hey,
a
if
hell
it's
of a
there.
slice.
Good
I've never had the Sicilian there.
that was very good.
I was
Very
going to ask you, since you were
And I'll-
mentioning Boca places, did you ever go to Pizza Time in either Boca or Coral Springs?
did.
When it was owned by the great Reno Sorbone's father.
Well, okay, I don't know who owned it at the time.
If it was back more than 10 years ago, it was owned
There
by
you go.
Reno's
Then
father.
I was the other one I will shout out, even though they banned me during COVID. I have not tested the waters. I don't agree with their viewpoints. I don't agree with their commercials, but Phil's Heavenly.
Don't get into Phil's Heavenly
Phil's
Pizza. That
Heavenly
place
does
is
a good
nuts.
pizza. It's a
It's
good
a
pizza.
church that doubles as a pizzeria.
Correct. Their commercials are. If you've never seen the commercials,
Mayo has issues,
and
with
they
the place,
only
though.
run
Yeah.
at like 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
So
The commercials are insane. They basically have nothing to do with pizza. They're all lecturing people about who is and who isn't a real Christian. It's totally bizarre. And then during COVID,
during COVID, they
he banned
made you
masks.
take your right.
and that's how I got banned. Is I went in and I had the mask on, and he was like, "What's wrong with you? Didn't you read the sign on the door?" Which I had not read the
He threw
sign
you
on the
out?
door. And he was like, "Mask off." And at that point,
Like,
he had
and
stoked my stubborn side, and I was like, "Up yours."
No.
And he's
So-
like, "You're banned."
I have an experience and a story there, because when I heard of this policy, which was again totally against, well, up in New
State
York,
health
every place had
regulations.
mask mandates when you were indoors.
Since I
This
was
place-
in the same shopping center,
This
we
pla-
had mandates. When
So-
you weren't eating, you had to have a mask on.
so this, which also made no sense, because everybody's germs once you take the
I,
mask on.
I
off.
agree with
but
that. But
The point
Sound like
being,
JFK Jr.
I
One of
went
those.
in there because it had the sign. I heard about it. It said, you can't wear a mask inside. And I was like, I wanted to get a pizza to go. I wanted to actually just taste the pizza there, because I hadn't had it. And now then they were in the news. So I went in with the mask, and they said, you have to take the mask off. I said, my elderly mother lives with me. She has cancer. She's at risk. I can't take the mask off. And then the woman who worked there was very nice and said, well, I will bring you your pizza and your orders outside, but you have to wait outside if you're going to wear a mask.
The guy
and you
is
know what?
actually, he's actually a
You
good
know what
guy.
I say?
Yeah.
Their house, their rules. And then I could also bring up the story of a pizzeria in.
wait a second, they were much nicer to you than they were to me then, because
Might be
I
my
went in with a
style.
mask and they were like, "Didn't you see the sign?" I was like, "No," and I legitimately didn't see the sign.
Oh.
And by that point, they got the back of my neck hair standing up. I'm like, "What?"
So but my review, I ordered a chicken parm sub, and I ordered just a couple of slices of pizza, and I ate the slice of pizza outside. They had tables outside. There, I was allowed to wear my mask and remove my mask and do whatever I want with my mask outside. And the pizza was just mediocre. I didn't like the
Oh, really?
cheese. I
A
didn't
couple
like
of
the
times
sauce.
I happen to think the food's okay there. No
I like
doubt.
the chicken parm
I
sub.
thought the pizza's good. I'm not gonna lie.
The Mustang knows the guy very well. He's always been very good to us. Some bizarreness that you experience.
Again, the commercials
I
are just
understand all of that, but
the strangest things in the world.
Well, and the thing is, look, they do a lot of good work. They work
it's not
with
a bad
people in
place.
recovery.
They do a good job. Yeah.
But it just, that was beyond the pale for me. And
I'm not hating on it. I'm just saying, if you've seen the commercials, and again, you only see them on like local channels at 3:00 in the morning. They're the strangest commercials ever made because
Okay.
they're always like a minute and a half long, and they tag their place.
Well,
like,
he holds church
for
services
5
in
seconds
there
at the end.
on in the mornings before the pizzeria opens, and I don't know if that's not a tax dodge or whatever, but I don't know if it's classified as a
From what I'm told, they're
restaurant or
very
a
genuine
church.
about their
The
beliefs.
guy's
No,
a good guy.
I know
No, he
he's-
really is. What's the place across the street? Then it's also a pizza place, and
with the
very
great
good.
with the great
On the
grandma
other
pie.
side, yeah, you should. I mean, I'm
I've
sure you've been there many
yeah,
times.
the
Yeah,
grandma
me too.
pie place,
And-
yeah,
Pasquale's,
I know
Pasquale's,
Oh,
very
Pasquale's
nice.
is very
Very
good.
nice,
And getting back to the whole no mask thing,
and the whole singing thing Pasquale's does is very cool. If you're there on the nights,
there was a
like
Are
the
you a
Italians
fan
just
of
bust out into
Belamonte
singing.
over there also, or Young Ken? I mean, Belamonte
At
Deli?
one point, I thought they had
they're
the
not a pizza place,
best
but
sandwiches
they're very good.
anywhere.
so
But I went, I don't know, year and a half ago, and the sandwiches had declined.
Oh, really? Okay.
So there was a pizza place in Hollywood on 46th and Hollywood Boulevard named Sebastiano's.
Mhm.
And there was a pizza joint, red sauce, kind of family style, not too expensive. But their owner was quite vociferous in not believing that COVID was real or severe. And what happened? He got COVID and died during the pandemic. And now it's the
Irony
second
is ironic.
location of Antonio's Pizza. The Sirianni family are great people, and they have one on
See,
Griffin Road.
I was going to stand outside Phil's and sell ivermectin and see if I could sell it for more than I
Ah.
could heroin at that point.
All right, let's go.
So wait a minute.
you know
so
what?
where
I
are
wanna
these
go
places
back.
in Brooklyn?
Oh,
I want
yeah.
to go back to that.
now
'cause
that people
you
can
had
hear
two
us.
places that you loved. Yeah.
So, number one, I used to have to take a subway train into my high school. I went to school in Manhattan.
Subway
because
or elevator?
I was special. So it was strange because it was an elevated
Elevator?
train station, Kings Highway station, Kings Highway and East 16th Street, elevated at that point, and then the trains would go into underground the further closer to downtown Brooklyn, and then it would go over the Manhattan Bridge, the D train or the QB train. But
How cool was that? I mean, you're like 9 years old. You're on a train by yourself.
I
It's
was
amazing.
13 and I almost got killed one time.
Who's
a guy came
drinking
up.
until 2:00 in the morning when we was 16 with a fake ID.
Actually 14, but
Okay, natural progression. Wow, where were your parents? You were out with a fake ID till 2 a.m.
I
That
was
was
the
normal.
third-
That was normal
I
Brooklyn
was-
behavior.
Yeah.
I was the
It
youngest
was,
child,
yeah.
the third one, and by then they were like, "Yeah, do what you want."
You're like hanging out with Sonny Red and Sonny Black in the.
Armando's Pizza underneath the Kings Highway train station had the greatest Sicilian pies, and a guy named Red, who I described as having maybe the intelligent, if you on a
It wasn't a
wattage,
flattering
a
description.
dim bulb. He was a
Yeah.
15-watt bulb, but he was a really nice guy. Big floppy hair, big
There's
fat
always a guy named Red.
And Red would bring out the Sicilian pies. They'd be open till 1 a.m. on the Friday and Saturday night. And I'd go in there after going into the city and having drinks after school with my friend. And I'd come back and take the late train. And I would get that, not the corner slice, but fresh out of the oven, that edge, that kind of on
See, I
the
like the
side
corner
one.
slice.
Some people ask for the corners, but Armando's was my place for the Sicilian. And then one stop over on Avenue J was the now world famous DeFara's Pizza,
Okay.
which was Dominic, who ran it for that 40 years. He made every pie. He died maybe like 4 or 5 years ago, and the place is still there. I was there in March when I was up in New York,
Nice.
and it's now run
Isn't
by
that great?
his,
You can go
his-
back to a place you went as a child.
his daughter now runs the place. Is a new guy making the pizzas. It's still an excellent slice, and their signature is like just a plain great cheese pie with high quality cheese. He pours a little bit of extra virgin olive oil over the slice of the pie when it comes out of the oven, and he snips fresh basil from plants that are in the windowsill. He just has a scissors, and that would be the finishing touch.
Again, I'm with Mayo on this one, particularly late at night. And again, my go-to is sausage and onions. I'm a sausage and onion guy, but just
Okay.
plain
sausage and onions.
plain cheese slice late at night hits like hits like airport margaritas
Yeah,
hit.
something about a plain cheese, and it is now National Plain Cheese Pizza Day today, and we're going to do the contest. Let's do the first.
I got to ask before we wrap this one up.
Yep.
2 New York guys. So I'm pro or con on Chicago style.
deep dish.
Yeah.
I prefer the tavern style, which is a Midwestern
you do.
Chicago thing, which is very thin and crispy and cut in all kinds of weird shapes.
Yes.
Deep
That
dish.
St. Louis claims they invented. It's not Chicago because St. Louis claims they invented
All right.
everything.
You got to look at this
But
rain that's coming out.
the
here.
rain
I
is
mean,
coming out.
It's unbelievable.
But
I mean,
I
look
see-
at this lake.
I see blue
Unbelievable.
skies over to the east, but
I mean,
Deep
whatever
dish?
town you're in, I'm okay with it.
No, the deep dish, I have to agree with John Stewart. It's not pizza. It's a casserole. It's a cheese casserole. And Joe Beja is here. Let's take the first break.
Joe B.
We'll ask
Okay.
him about some of
Yeah,
his
yeah.
favorite pizza places on National Cheese Pizza Day. And then we'll talk about some of the great events coming up here at Gulfstream, including the Bourbon and Barbecue event, which is going to be on September 20th.
I think Umbrella
personal
Day
Tickets
favorite,
available,
yeah.
Would be appropriate.
gulfstreampark.com. And before we take the break, Ken, I got to talk about the Dine Out Lauderdale promotion. It is ongoing through the end of this month, September 30th, at over 140 restaurants around the greater Fort Lauderdale area, multi-course meals, brunches, lunches, and dinners at some of your favorite spots and some of the places maybe you haven't checked out yet because maybe it's a little bit usually out of your price range. But now with all these great deals, multiple course dinners, $45, some of them $60 with wine, all kinds of things. Go online to dineoutlauderdale.com or visit lauderdale.com/dineout for the full list and options out there. Go eat and enjoy this weekend and all the way through the end of the month. All right, let's take that first break.
I'm
We'll
glad
come
I
back with
brought
Joe
my
Beja.
umbrella.
Yes.
Well, I really-
When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First-class dining, top-flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays, including their new burrilla tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox. Now I hear myself. Do you hear me, Joe? Okay. I don't hear you. Hold on. Do you hear anybody?
Hold
Ken,
on, we're
hold
getting
on.
Joe. There we go.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I hear you,
All right.
Joe. All right.
We're
You know,
good.
we got Ken the Professor
the
filling
ghost of
in for the
Louis.
vacationing Mike Lubitz, who is in Cancun. And, we're feeling our way through. We got the heavens just opened up here at
Yeah.
Gulfstream, but we're dry on the inside, enjoying some great food at 10 Palms, which is open every day. There's live racing. And I just, it is Cheese Pizza Day, National Cheese Pizza Day today. So in honor of that, we got the margarita flatbread here, which was great. And I devoured the burger, perfectly cooked. So job well done to you and your crew,
Thank
Joe.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pat LaFreda, burger blend. Can't go wrong with that.
Very good, high
So-
quality meat, also from New York. Do you have any favorite pizza places, either from where you grew up or down here now, for a plain cheese slice or pie?
Sure. Where I grew up in Yonkers, New York, we had two pizza places that everyone used to argue about which one was better. And ironically, they've both been on what's his name? Dave Portnoy's.
Oh, yeah,
One
Portnoy.
bite, everybody knows the rules, whatever.
Right.
But
Even
on
though he-
Yonkers Avenue itself, in Yonkers, there's a place called Dunwoody Pizza, which is
Okay.
still there.
Mhm.
And there's a place called Raceway Pizza, which just underwent new management. That's located near Yonkers Raceway on Yonkers Avenue. Those were my two spots growing up. And then even when I moved back to New York after college, both of them really have great, authentic New York
Style slices.
And then I hate to be that usual New York snob that tells you, yeah, there's some good pizzas down here, but nothing's like back home. But I'm going to tell you that's the way it is.
It's the nostalgia, Joe.
And I think it is.
It's not just that. There's plenty of great pizza out and around in town. We were talking
There
about some
is.
of them, but nothing that triggers the memories of your
Correct.
lost
It's like
youth.
you and I had this discussion about In-N-Out Burger
Yeah.
and really the
Yeah.
quality of their burgers versus what's out there now too.
Right.
But I guess maybe it's just the crispness of the crust and not so much of a flop. Some people like a flop. I don't.
It's
But
so
I like
subjective.
for it to fold. But
There's something about, like, there's a pizza place where I grew up and we were talking about. I remember I used to get, when I was in grade school, elementary school, I'd go there and you can get 2 slices and a drink for 35 cents.
yeah,
That's how old I am. And then when they raised it one day to 50 cents, I threw a fit because I went to my mom. I said, that's almost a 50% increase. How could they do this? And nowadays, of course, you're looking at pies that are going for over $30, and not just at the independent and with the high quality artisanal shops. But I was saying the other night at a poking game, I ordered 3 pizzas from Jets, delivery through a third party app. With the tip, it was like $90.
Oh, wow.
Without the tip, it was like $75.
Wow.
And so it was like, that's a lot for
It
chain
is.
store pizza. And that was after applying a $5 promotional coupon for each pizza. So it's like pizza's getting expensive.
It is.
Everything is. Yeah.
Locally here, sometimes I hate to say it, it might be convenience for me. Where I live, I will. I always say I do like Morrow's on Hollywood Boulevard here, and maybe biased because usually I'm buying their pizza at 1 a.m. after
I think it's
drinks.
a total drunk slice. I don't like
Yes.
it anymore.
Okay,
But
so
I call it
see,
a drunk slice.
Yeah, and
When
that's
it's
what
there,
I will say that it's
Yeah.
there. It's cash only. It's a drunk slice.
Yeah.
It does the trick for me. Where I live in Hollywood, I'm very close to Antonio's, right off of Griffin Road,
and I like them.
and I like their
very
pizza,
nice pizza.
and they've got a
I
couple
mean,
of different locations.
nice
and if,
people too. Yeah.
And if I have a sudden craving for pizza on a Monday when they're closed, I go to DeSalvo's off of Sterling.
Right. And
on
I love
46th.
they have very good Sicilian pizza.
Yes.
I get theirs also on a Monday where a lot of other places. Concadoro is my neighborhood place, and they make a great New York style everything pizza.
Never been, and I've always heard such
You
great
gotta go
things
check
about
it out. Right
That's-
across
yes.
from the Dania Casino on Dania Beach Boulevard. There used to be on Young Circle. That's one of my favorite joints. They sell slices during lunchtime, and they make a great slice. And some other good slice joints around town. If you just want to have a good plain cheese pizza slice, our friend Wade over at Pizza Spot, former sponsor, Peter's Pizzeria up in Pompano and Boca. And then there's a place called Pete's Up Place on Davie Boulevard in Fort Lauderdale. It's a little shack. It's a standalone shack. And I like it. It's a little bit doughier and chewier on the crust, but they use excellent cheese. I actually know the family that runs it.
So this is a riff on the whole New Haven Pete's thing.
Now there's this, and now we're getting into Pete's, which is going to be part of the contest. So let's not say anything too much. But
I was just talking about the term, not necessarily.
Pete's is a particular style, usually coal-fired, very thin and crispy, no flop. It's what Portnoy loves best. And Defo was mentioning about how everybody now is a critic. Everybody's rating pizza.
Mm-hmm.
I think his 10-point scale has ruined everything.
Yes.
Because when I grew up, it used to be, that's a good slice. That's a decent slice. That's a slice I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. But now you've got everybody grading things to decimal points. And there was one when I grew up in New York, a guy who was like a pizza guru who would go around rating it, and he did it on an 8-slice scale because there's 8 slices in a New York pie. So eight was the best, 8 slices, and if you only got 4 or 3 slices, it's like so. Anyway, everybody
he
loves
came
pizza.
here and rated our slice. Now we've tried to change it and improve it. We sell pizza New York style down in the Silks area, and I think he gave us a 6. And our pizza, but now we're doing our dough in house, and we've changed sauces, better grade of mozzarella. Still a little too thick for the New Yorker in me, a little too heavy. I think I think my pizza guy is a little heavy-handed on the cheese. I'm glad he's not a bartender, but it's a good slice, and it's we do 6 slices per pie. So for $5 or $6, you're definitely getting your money's worth.
All right, before we get into the contest, which will be Pizza Day themed, let's talk a little bit about some other big food days coming up here, particularly barbecue, bourbon and barbecue. It is on Ken's calendar. It's on my calendar.
Yes.
Saturday, September 20th.
That is
Noon
correct.
for the VIPs, 1 o'clock for the general admission. And oh boy, am I looking forward to it. What kind of details do you have?
So far we've sold about 70 tickets already organically, and honestly just posting it on our website, and everyone's going to it. So www.gulfstreampark.com. Click on the event, and then you can work your way to buying a VIP ticket for $85. I can guarantee you that for $85,
you
get in an hour early. You get first crack at all the food. You get seating closer to the windows. I will not guarantee you a seat on the window, but you'll get seating closer to the windows. And then also, I know for a fact that I've spoken to some of the bourbon operators, and we'll be pouring off some like single barrel, special select bourbons for that first hour. We're going to run them. When they're out, they're out. So they might make it into GA. They may not.
Right.
But again, you'll be the first one there.
And GA is
VIP.
only
$60.
$60 is incredible.
Yeah,
deal.
$20 an hour
I
for
mean,
3 hours. All you can eat and
when
drink.
you consider
it's-
you go down to Los Olas or South Beach now, and just for a single bourbon drink, they're charging $25 to be able to
Right.
come here, and you get all the food and the great barbecue.
Yes.
Has Chef Jason figured things out yet in terms of what's coming?
We're finalizing the menu. We'll always have our in-house smoked brisket that we do. We'll definitely do our pulled pork like we always do. So I know he's working on that. I just don't want to reveal any final
How about the
details
wing-
just
I
yet.
want a return of the wings with the Alabama white sauce.
I'll mention
I like
that to him.
Stuff. Yeah,
I'll
'cause
mention that
that's
to him
something
because he
different.
hasn't finalized it
You
yet.
don't see it every day.
Good
Yeah.
with chicken.
It's the white
Yeah.
sauce. Is
I'm less
excellent
so with
chicken.
beef and pork on it, but with chicken,
white
it's
sauce
really
is
good.
always
Yeah.
with the chicken, either chicken wings or even just smoked chicken. It's a beautiful thing. So, all right, that is something to look forward to. And then is October already on the drawing board, or that's
October is on there. I'm sorry, the date doesn't roll off the top of my head. I have to see it, but it's the third Saturday in October or fourth Saturday. But it is rum and Caribbean, so we are going to go back to rum a little bit, like we did for the Cabana.
Yep.
For the Taste of Havana, excuse me, for the Cuban event. But we will be doing again rum and Caribbean, so more Caribbean style food other than from the island of Cuba. So there'll be like Jamaican jerk chicken and other items, and we'll definitely have a very rum centric from all the various islands
but one event at a
Caribbean.
time. Bourbon and barbecue on the agenda first, then will come the rum and Caribbean, which is also very popular, and it's either going to be October 18th. Is that right?
I think it's 18th.
Because then we get into the Halloween weekend. Actually, it's Halloween's on a Friday night, the 31st. And that's also, I believe, Breeders' Cup weekend, which will be a big weekend here at Gulfstream, November 1st and 2nd at Del Mar this year, but full simulcasting along with a great day of racing at 10 Palms. So that's going to be fun. All right, you want to let's take our next break, Ken, and then we'll come back and we'll do a contest, and we'll see. Everybody's going to know this one. It's a layup, but now we've got football coming back. We haven't even talked about the Dolphins yet, and probably for good reason. We don't know what we're going to get.
I thought we were going to have Chris today on here with the opening weekend with the Dolphins.
Yeah. Perkins is all busy now. He's probably at practice and going to be getting on a plane to Indianapolis tomorrow.
That's true.
But Perkins, one of our friends and regulars on the Lunchbox, he'll keep you informed if you go on to the sunsentinel.com website for all your latest sports and Dolphins news. All right, we'll be back with more after these words on the Lunchbox from 10 Palms.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligan's, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old-school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Wan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Wan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at wans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Now we're back. On the Lunchbox. You hear me, Joe?
I hear you loud
And
and
I
clear.
hear you, Ken. How
All
are
right.
you? All right, we're good. And we got vacation, but he will be back on Monday, and we're going to be Monday having a show down in the 305 with our friend Danny Surfer at Blue Collar, one of my favorite places in
Can
all
tell
of
because
South
you guys
Florida.
been headed down south a lot lately.
Yeah, well, Danny has been a great new sponsor. He is a really fun guy. He's a gambler. He loves poker, as do I. And he has great food at both of his restaurants. And have you been to Blue Collar, Joe?
Not recently, but I just love that it has a daily special. The food's quality. It's very
the
good.
braise of the day.
Yep.
Used to have the parm of the day. They moved across the street to bigger digs,
Oh.
nicer digs, full bar, full liquor, and so I recommend it. It is 6789 Biscayne Boulevard. We'll be there Monday at 1:00. He also has Mignonette downtown. If you're ever looking for a good place to go before a Heat game or a performance at the Arch Center, great stuff at Mignonette. All right, so Joe, before we get into the contest, you wanted to talk about some of the high-quality bourbons that are going to be at the Barbecue and Bourbon event on September 20th, and you've got a heavy hitter lineup. It's like Murderer's Row of
We do.
the Kentucky favorites, right?
Yep, we do. And I feel bad that we don't have the food menu yet, but at least I want to come forward with at least the
Well, you know us. The
list of
drinks are
bourbons.
first. The
Yeah.
drinking comes.
But we will have, Woodford Reserve has been a good partner of us coming up in the last 6-7 months or so. So we have Woodford Reserve, Jack Daniels, and Old Forester. So all three under their umbrella there will be featured there. Wild Turkey is coming forth with a new bourbon on their end called
Wild Turkey always makes me think of Hunter S. Thompson because that
Yeah.
was his drink.
They have a new brand called Wilderness Trail. So we'll be trying that out. That's what they've asked to partner us with. Amador Whiskey, which is based out of California. Redemption, which is a rye. That'll
Great
be
rye.
Great rye. And then we have Whistle Pig, Angel's
good one.
Envy, Elijah Craig, Jefferson Small Batch.
Jefferson Small Batch, I love. It's in
Yes.
my liquor cabinet all the time.
Yep. And
Not
we
for
have,
long, but then I get a new one.
we have Bullet,
Bullet is great. Standard.
Woodinville. We have Hemingway, which is produced down in Key West.
Oh,
or
I
at
didn't
least at
realize that they
at
have
the
a
distillery. At the
Bourbon
distillery down here.
distillery there now.
Yeah,
Huh,
yeah.
interesting.
And we have Frey Ranch, which is the last one.
Okay. Ken, what's your usual? Do any of these entice you?
Very much so. I'm a big Whistle Pig fan.
Yeah.
It's one of my go-tos. I do like makers. My start in bourbon was with Wild Turkey back in the day, so I'll always, have that allegiance to
I
Wild
remember-
Turkey.
Wasn't there a movie that who played Hunter S. Thompson? It wasn't Bill Murray. I forget.
It was
but
Johnny Depp,
Was it
right?
Johnny Depp?
was
And
it
Fear and
Johnny Depp?
Loathing? Yeah.
Fear
Benicio
and
del Toro
Loathing,
was
okay.
the lawyer. Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing he used to wheel around the Wild Turkey on an IV stand, hooked up into his mouth with the straw. So, anyway, it's going to be a fun time. Again, September 20th, Saturday, daytime, starting at noon. VIPs, go online now. Get your tickets. It's going to be a sellout because all your events, the Taste of the Track, have been a booming success. And get them now at gulfstreampark.com/events.
And in my experience, this event, really all of them, the VIP is worth it to get in and get the premium stuff.
That extra
right up
hour
front.
for $25. Come on, it's a no-brainer. It's really good, and to get them while the supplies last. All right, Joe, it is time for the contest. And last week was interesting because even though it was a 8-horse field, and we had our usual about like 40 something entrants. Only 2 people had the winning horse, which meant it came down to the Notre Dame UM game. Both of the people who had the winning horse picked Notre Dame, which is unfortunate. But so the winner ended up being the one, and it was her name is Kathleen Winger, a new first-time winner, kind of a new participant.
How do you break that tie? Pick it out of a hat?
No,
deal?
so then it's whoever picks Notre Dame winning by less because it's closest to the actual margin, which
Got it.
was Miami by 3. And Kathleen had Notre Dame by, I think, 3 or 4. The other one had Notre Dame by 10. That was our runner-up who gets the Taco Craft.
Wish I could have
gift
booked
card.
that action.
Yeah. So anyway, this week it's a whole brand new week, and it is the NFL kickoff. Our Miami Dolphins. That's going to be the tiebreaker. So here we go. It's time for the Gulfstream 10 Palms Sunday Brunch Lunchbox giveaway. All you got to do is email the answers to this week's restaurant trivia questions along with your horse selection for this week's Gulfstream Saturday contest race, which is race number 10. It is a stakes race for the babies. It is one of the highlights of the fall racing season. The Florida Sire Series Dr. Fager Stakes for 2-year-olds going 6 furlongs. There's also a filly race earlier in the card, but we're only going to make you pick one race this week because we want the Dolphin game as the tiebreaker. And again, that is 8 horse field. So you're going to give me a number 1 through 8 for the 10th race. It's going to go off at approximately 5:52 p.m. And later on, I'll post the contest with a link to the entries in the contest race, the Dr. Fager. And then, of course, the tiebreaker, Sunday's kickoff NFL season opener for the Dolphins at Indianapolis Colts. You're going to give me the winning team, the winning margin, and the total number of points in the game. That is the tiebreaker. Any predictions yet, Joe Beja?
I like the Dolphins. I do.
By how many points?
And that's just because I'm a Giants fan and I can't stand Daniel Jones.
Okay.
No, but I say Dolphins
With
by
good
like,
reason, because he
Yeah.
stinks.
yeah. I'll take the Dolphins probably -4.
I got Dolphins by 5 with a total of 36 points, but that's my pick. I don't know anybody
Dolphins by
else.
10 and 45.
Okay, there you go. So we have some confidence going into the season as usual. And then the third part, we got to give you a restaurant trivia quiz. And here we go. In honor of National Cheese Pizza Day today, we celebrate with a celebrated pizzeria. And here are the clues. It's one of the original homes of New Haven coal-fired Apizza, this is a growing brand that now also has locations around the Northeast and the country, including 2 in South Florida, 1 in Plantation and 1 in Delray Beach. And clue number 2, although famous for their clam pizza and their plain tomato pies, they also make a very nice charred, not burnt cheese pizza made with their own proprietary cheese blend that they put on. And number 3, it is named for its founder, and the brand is celebrating its 100th anniversary this year. And the celebrations later this year may include a Lunchbox approved all-you-can-eat pizza party at both of their South Florida locations. Stay tuned for that because we're going to be.
They ask you for your approval for that?
Well, I'm going to be kind of a co-host presenting sponsor. We're going to try to sell some tickets, and a part of that's going to go to charity, but we're not ready to announce the dates and the particulars just yet.
I actually don't know. I know if I hear the name, I'll know it because I know it's super famous, but off the top of my head, I cannot give you the name.
I'm going to make this note for anybody watching. I'll accept both the full formal name of this restaurant or just the shorthand version, which is either the last name of the founder or the full name of the founder. So that's it.
Okay.
Pretty easy. Send your entries again to MikeMayoEats@gmail.com by noon tomorrow. Any late entries will get tossed into my trash folder. So that's it. You know
By the
it,
way,
Joe, right?
clam pizza has never sounded.
I'm drawing a mental blank.
You're drawing a mental blank.
Like I know it. It's on the tip of my
It's
tongue.
super famous.
It's
Every
super
time
famous
you hear
on the
about
tip
the
of my
style,
tongue.
you hear this name.
I've driven
but I
by
cannot.
it. Yeah.
Here's a
Place
bonus for Lunchbox viewers. Blank Le Pew.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
there you go.
I know his
wow,
full
that's
name
a-
too. Now
Yes,
I know his
now
full
you know
name.
the full
Now I
name.
got it. Yeah.
It's rhymes with hot dog. No, it's a
Okay.
it's a synonym
That's what I
to a
thought.
hot
Yeah.
dog.
Yeah.
There you go.
There's the giveaway.
Do we got one more break to take?
We do.
I think let's take it, and then we'll wrap up this week of the Lunchbox after these words. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Same great Thai food, beautiful new location. I'm talking about Eat Thai, now in Boca Raton at 6299 North Federal Highway. Thai cuisine is having a moment, and Chef Sopanut makes some of the best in South Florida. A hip and modern spot with authentic Thai street food and some innovative twists. The spicy oxtail soup, Thai bouillabaisse, shrimp ceviche, and classic noodle dishes will wow you. And they now offer full liquor and craft cocktails too. Open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Go to eatthaiflorida.com for more information. We're back. That was a nice a short break. I like it. And going into the weekend, let me tell you about a couple of suggestions. Tropical Acres is open all weekend. Well, actually, they are closed on Sundays, but they're open tonight. They're open tomorrow. It'll be a fine place to go on a rainy night to get yourself one of the great prime rib, twin lobster special, great filet mignons, and don't forget happy hour in the bar, even tonight on a Friday, 4:30 to 6:30. Can't beat that deal. I mean, you get a martini with Belvedere vodka, $8. I mean, it's just such a great deal. Somebody on the group was looking for a really good martini with blue cheese stuffed olives. Nick and Tony in the bar, I see him every night at the beginning of service, stuffing those olives with the fresh Maytag blue cheese. Some great stuff there. Tropical Acres, go there, 2500 Griffin Road. And it's not too early to start thinking about Thanksgiving. You want to give them a call because they're going to be open. You can make your reservations for the holiday now, 954-989-2500. And one more suggestion for this weekend, Casa D'Angelo. Nice to see on the Let's Eat group a couple of counter narratives to what I thought was a very unfair review last Saturday, but that's okay. If it's not for everybody, it's not for everybody.
I've been at least a dozen times, and it's never been anything
Casa
but fantastic.
D'Angelo, first class all the way, and the latest reviews are accurate. It is outstanding in terms of food preparation and quality, service, wine selection, anything you can want in a restaurant for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa D'Angelo, 3 locations. Flagship in Fort Lauderdale, right there at the Big Bend, Federal Highway, 1201 North Federal. Then you've got Ricky. Chef Ricky is great up in Boca. That's Defo's guy. And then down here, just south of the track in Aventura, is their third latest location. Beautiful spot, Casa D'Angelo. All right, I think.
Can I do a one plug?
Yes,
since we're
absolutely.
And I happened to see the great Alex Sufrine out at
Oh,
Landlubbers.
great. How's he doing?
Last night. He's fantastic. They have a charity golfing event coming up in October. Always for a good cause. This year, they're sending a couple of veterans up to a big event in Baltimore. So everything's for a good cause. If you enjoy playing golf, go to Eventbrite and look for Landlubbers Golf Tournament. That's Eventbrite and Landlubbers Golf Tournament. And I believe, I could be wrong, but as a replacement for Louis, we had Gurgles out there last night. I think he is participating in his usual beat the broadcaster type function out there on the golf course. So
Nice.
should be a good time. If you like playing golf, get yourself out there. And if you're not maybe so great at golf, but just like to have some beers and hang out, there's probably some space for that too. So again, Eventbrite, Landlubbers Golf Tournament.
That sounds like a great thing. And I think, let's see, this weekend, do you have anything on the agenda besides some maybe plunging on horses at Kentucky Downs and here at Gulfstream Park?
Should be betting some horses tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of things on tap here. I'm working on a few things, so
Good.
looking forward to seeing if I can make anything happen.
That's good. It's always good
Yeah.
to keep the wheels churning. And I actually had a winning day yesterday. We took the day off, and I played the races from Kentucky Downs, and there was actually a horse that I liked. That you have your horses to watch tab. That in these apps now you can kind of keep your own stable. And this horse named, I don't know if it's pronounced Sardis or Sardi's. Sardi's was the name of a classic Broadway
Sarnies,
restaurant.
Yeah, Sarnies.
Not Sarney, not Jim Sarney, but Sardi.
Sardi's,
S-A-R-
yeah. That was a
Sardi's
classic
was a
joint.
big Broadway hangout.
Yeah.
I don't know if the horse is named for that place or not, but he ran at Kentucky Downs yesterday. Uh-oh. We got a little power surge.
I'm
and
not sure if we're going
I don't know
to
if we're still on.
work
but
through that.
anyway,
or
it
not.
was
Looks like we
16-1, and I had all kinds of action. So
It's coming
I
right
actually
back.
had it's a 4-figure win day, which I needed
Oh, good for
badly.
you. Wow,
So
wow.
I'm going to go back to the well. Kentucky Downs has a card that has, I think, like 5 stakes races, each of them $2 million. It's like a card that has $11 or $12 million in purse money tomorrow
Wow,
at Kentucky
wow.
Downs. So besides the juvenile stakes going on here at Gulfstream, that is some good action along with the NFL. We didn't really talk about the season opener last night, but it was a spit in the face to football fans anyway.
Dak spit first.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
Could be, yeah.
No, Dak spit on the ground, and there's some question whether or not hit Carter's shoe.
yeah,
Uh,
but
again-
spitting on a shoe and spitting in a guy's face, 2 different things.
Not if you're Jalen Carter.
Hmm.
I mean, again, not the worst decision Jalen Carter's ever made in his life. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Pretty classless. I mean, either way.
them Georgia boys are a little wild.
All right. Well, it was something. It gave people something to talk about besides a lengthy weather delay, and
Neither team seemingly wanting to play once that weather delay took place.
so it's funny because I was at the casino playing a poker tournament last night, and a guy that I was at my table that I'm friendly with, he did a teaser thing, so he only had to give 3.5 points. He took the Eagles giving 3.5 points,
Mhm.
and then he did the over under. He took the over at 51. And I got knocked out right at
Defoe's guy.
halftime when there was 41 points already on the board. And I said, Kirby, good luck. It looks like you got the over covered. And what happens? 0 points in the
0.0,
second
yeah,
half.
yeah.
Defo had a friend who had the same bet, and I was looking at the numbers. NFL games in the last 20 years, if you had 40 or more points at halftime
Oh, yeah.
and 50 or less as the over, up until last night was 172-1
Oh,
in the
wow.
last 20 years.
Now
And
it's
now
70,
172 and 2.
Yeah.
That's pretty
And
great.
again, the crazy part about all of that is the play literally before they took the weather break, the fumble recovery. If you watch the replay, like Dak comes back and circles back and sort of swats at that guy's ankle and hits him. But if Dak doesn't get him, he's gone. It's going to be 51 at the weather break. So
That's the torture of betting.
that's
why they call it gambling.
that's one of those. It's going to take you a while to get over that.
All right. Well, there'll be plenty of opportunities to recoup those losses with games every day and Sunday and Thursday and Friday night. There's a game tonight that's on
There is.
YouTube. And then we got college
It could be an
tomorrow.
interesting one because if you remember this field last year, it was a total disaster.
Yeah.
The
Which one is
field
that?
itself, the one
This
in
is-
Brazil, in the soccer
Oh, this is
stadium.
the Sao Paulo game. Okay.
This is
Yeah.
over City tonight.
Well, I mean, maybe injury city. If you remember, Jordan Love got hurt pretty badly
Very
trying to
slippery
plant
field.
his
Yes.
foot
Yeah.
in a chunk of sod tore up. So could be an interesting one.
All right. We shall see. All right. Let's get out of here. We'll be back Monday down in Miami at Blue Collar. Tuesday, we're going to have a Trans World Business Advisors Iconic Eateries edition from Mimi's Ravioli in Hollywood. That's going to
Nice.
be fun.
People love that joint.
I love Mimi's. Best cannolis this side of Little Italy in New York. People who complain about there's no good cannolis or Italian bakeries, get your butts down to Mimi's Ravioli because they have that fresh squeezed ricotta out of the bag right into the shells right when you order them. Or they even do it if you're going to have a party. They'll give you a bag of the ricotta on the side.
So you
with
leave the
empty
gun
shells.
and take the cannoli.
Take the cannolis. Definitely. Leave the gun. Take the cannolis. All right. That'll do it for
Probably
this week.
shouldn't say that in South Florida. Someone will take it literally.
Yeah. You see, there is a tax-free holiday on guns and ammunition this
Of course
upcoming
there
week.
is. Welcome to
so
Florida.
Welcome to Florida.
All right. Thanks to Joe Beja and everybody here at Gulfstream. Have a great weekend, everybody, and enjoy every pizza and every sandwich.